Hello. Look at you.
Good ears.
We're a small group practice part of Scott & White Pediatrics. There are 4 pediatricians along with our nursing and support staff. Each of us sees anywhere from 30 to 40 patients a day. Is that where you keep your heart? I probably see about 8,000 visits a year, so that's a lot of patients. Let me check and see if there's a duck in that ear. Oh my goodness, look at what's in there. They're amazed, they think I have magic. The idea is to provide care locally so parents don't have to leave their hometown. Now, big breath again. We are kind of the front lines for health issues. You never know what's going to come in the door.
The most important thing is just making the child feel comfortable so they realize that we're actually here to help them. I did my residency training here at Scott & White and then joined on as staff. They're the ones.
She's excellent. We were very fortunate to get her to join our group here at Templetown and say, ah.
Dr. Burke was my residency instructor in the clinic. The kids love him.
It's an opportunity for preventive care. You can capture children at a very young age and teach them what is healthy. You can also engage the parents because they make a lot of decisions for the kids.
The new Children's Hospital is going to give a lot of opportunities to the children in this area. We're going to be able to see more children, get them in quicker, and have more expertise in their care.
We're actually taking care of the next generation.
I've been in the Marine Corps almost 3 years now. She was 3 months when I finally got deployed to Afghanistan.
I moved back here to Temple with my mom so I could go to Scott & White in the last stages of my pregnancy. She still had a couple of weeks till her due date, and they said her blood pressure seemed really high, so they decided to induce her. When Michael was born, he wasn't breathing, and he didn't have oxygen for 3 minutes. I felt like I was holding my own breath, like I was trying to give it to him, and I was just praying.
There's so little time in which you have to start treatment in them. It has to be the first 6 hours of life. We decided that Michael would be a good candidate for the cooling blanket.
Without the cooling cap and cooling blanket, they can have cerebral palsy, visual problems, hearing problems, seizures. We're able to have so many great outcomes here. All of our babies have done very, very well.
He did wonderfully. And that is not the outcome that you would have seen even 5 years ago.
There we go.
It's highly unusual to be able to have the cooling blanket and the cool cap in one institution. You can't provide great care without philanthropy. That's the bottom line.
It all came home to me that what we're doing as volunteers really did make a difference.
She never thought that she would be raising money for the cooling blanket that would save her nephew's life.
My main connection with Michael was my brother, and this was his first great-grandson. We give not ever knowing that we're going to be on the receiving end, hoping in many cases that we're not.
What are you doing?
When it did come back, it was just profound.
The first few minutes of life are most critical, most important. We want to have all the skills and technologies one can have to support those first few minutes in life.
Scott & White is in the top performers of NICUs in the world.
I know if we weren't at Scott & White, he probably wouldn't be here. All the stuff that they had for him, without the fundraising, it wouldn't be possible. Michael is doing great now.
He smiles a lot and he laughs and he likes to talk to us a lot. All the teams and doctors and all the people in the NICU, they're just wonderful. You couldn't ask for a better group.
We have 3 girls. Brooke, she's 6, and Reese is 4, and Mallory is 21 months. There's always something going on. It's pretty nonstop.
Life is nuts with 4 women. I'm certainly outnumbered. Go! But it's fun. Wow. We play lots of dress up. We were pretty much the normal early 30s, 3 kids, you know, making sure that your kids are potty trained and you get to the sporting event on time. We were just having a typical Saturday morning, and Reese kept saying she felt sick, complaining about her side hurting. The doctor thought maybe she had appendicitis, so he sent us to the local hospital here to order a CT scan. About 10 minutes later, I guess 6 doctors walked into our little emergency room we were in and said, there's a mass on your daughter's kidney. It's cancer.
Your worst nightmare is happening right before you. You hear pediatric cancer and you think, that's a death sentence almost for your child.
Could have gone up to Fort Worth. We obviously chose and wanted to go to Scott and White.
Reese had what's called a Wilms tumor, which is the most common type of kidney cancer in children. It changes the life of the family completely, kind of turns things upside down.
We met our surgeon, Dr. Little, who we found out had a daughter that was 1 day different in age than Reese.
I have 4 children, and often I can see my child there in the operating room. I can imagine how the family must feel. They want to have hope that something can be done.
It was very easy to trust these doctors, and it was very obvious to us pretty quickly that we were in the right place.
Her surgery went very well. Her recovery was incredible.
She's done beautifully through her treatment.
I remember thinking how grateful I was to Dr. Little and these doctors for spending how many hours in medical school to save our daughter's life.
I was fortunate to train here 10 years ago. My training was excellent. I want to teach this younger generation how to be good physicians. You're taking care of a child, you're taking care of a family, and you're making a difference for a lifetime. It's really a team effort, and that's what we're trying to grow here at Scott and White for the children in Central Texas.
She's just living life and having a great time. A children's hospital at Scott and White would be full of hope, because that's what families need.
Where we're standing here today will be our children's campus. A children's hospital between Dallas and Austin will allow us to improve the health care of over 300,000 children.
We treat children that would otherwise have to travel hundreds of miles to get the type of care that's being given here.
Having a children's hospital at Scott and White is going to make a big difference to the children in our region.
We're trying to keep them closer to home and keep their lives as comfortable and as normal as possible.
People that would give to a children's hospital like this, they're doing something that will be a gift for many families.
You're supporting really the next generation, and you're going to make a difference that's going to last for a long time.